The stars glowed against the dark emptiness of space as the human warship Defiance cut through the void. Captain Jack Wilson sat in his command chair, his eyes fixed on the main screen. The ship hummed with power, a perfect blend of human ingenuity and technology they had learned from brief encounters with alien races. "Captain, we're approaching the terrace system," said First Officer Mike Lee, his voice steady despite the tension on the bridge. Wilson nodded. "Any sign of activity?" "Nothing yet, sir." Communications Officer Beth Grant tapped at her console. "But this is where the last 3 merchant ships vanished. 6 weeks ago, the cargo ship Northern Star had disappeared without a trace. 2 more followed, the Pacific Trader and the Horizon all within this system that the Galactic Council had marked as restricted to human vessels. The Council, a group of alien species that controlled most known space, still treated humans as newcomers, unworthy of full membership. The brass wants answers, not excuses," Wilson said, remembering his orders. "And they sent us because the Defiance can handle herself if things get ugly." The Defiance was humanity's newest weapon, a prototype warship with shields that could adapt to enemy attacks and engines that could outrun most known vessels. If humans couldn't join the galactic community as equals yet, they would at least be respected. "Sir, I'm picking up something," Sensor Officer Tom Reed called out. His hands moved quickly over his station. Multiple objects hiding in the asteroid belt ahead. "They're ships, sir, not human." Wilson leaned forward. "Show me." The main screen shifted to display the asteroid belt. The computer highlighted several shapes nestled among the rocks. Their design was unfamiliar, angular with protruding fins and glowing ports. 7 ships, Reed confirmed. "Their engines are hot. They know we're here." As if on cue, the communication system crackled to life. A harsh, clicking language filled the bridge before the translation software kicked in. "Attention unknown vessel. You have entered Vorn territory. Leave immediately or be destroyed. This is your only warning." Wilson exchanged glances with Lee. "Vorn? What do we know about them?" Lee quickly pulled up data on his tablet. "Not much, sir. Minor species, not full council members. Known to be territorial and aggressive. Technology level estimated to be below council standard." "Sir," Grant interrupted, "I've been analyzing communication patterns in this sector. There are encrypted transmissions coming from that moon." She pointed to a small, cratered body orbiting the system's 4th planet. "And they match fragments we recovered from the Northern Star's last broadcast." Wilson's jaw tightened. Those missing ships had crews, human crews, if they were being held prisoner. "Open a channel," he ordered. Grant nodded. "Channel open, sir." "This is Captain Jack Wilson of the Earth Defense Force vessel Defiance We are investigating the disappearance of human ships in this region. We have reason to believe you may have information about their whereabouts. We request dialogue." The response was immediate. More harsh clicking. Then, "Human vessel. Your presence is a violation. Your accusations are an insult. You have 10 minutes to reverse course, or we will fire." "They're moving, Captain," Reed reported. "Breaking formation. Surrounding us." Wilson stood up, his mind made up. Battle stations, shields up, but weapons on standby only. We're not firing the first shot. Alarms sounded throughout the ship as crew members rushed to their positions. The Defiance hummed as its systems powered to full alert. "Sir," Lee said quietly, "we're outnumbered, and we don't know what they're capable of." Wilson's eyes remained fixed on the screen, watching as the alien vessels moved into attack positions. "No, we don't, but they don't know what we're capable of either. And we're not leaving without answers about our people." The bridge fell silent as the Defiance continued forward, its course steady. Around them, the Vorn ships circled like predators, waiting for the humans to show weakness or retreat. They would wait in vain. The Defiance had not come all this way to turn back now. Admiral Trell paced the bridge of his command ship, the Claw of Dominance *. His scaled skin caught the light as he moved, reflecting the red emergency signals that flashed throughout the vessel. The human ship had not retreated. This was unexpected. "How is this possible?" he growled. "One ship dares to challenge 7. His second-in-command, Officer Mack, studied the sensor readings with 4 eyes blinking in sequence. "The design is unlike anything in our database, Admiral. It appears to be a new class." Trell hissed in frustration. The Vorn hegemony had expanded its territory for decades by taking what they wanted from weaker species. Humans were supposed to be primitive newcomers to space, barely able to build ships that could travel between stars. That was what all intelligence reports indicated. This must be a scout, Trell decided. Their main fleet will be far behind. We will destroy this one to send a message. The prisoners might know something about this vessel, Max suggested. The thought annoyed Trell. The human cargo crews they had captured had provided useful labor for the mining operation on the moon base, but little valuable information. They were stubborn creatures who refused to break under questioning. "Fire warning shots," Trell ordered. "Let them see our power." On the bridge of the Defiance *, Wilson watched as 2 of the alien vessels moved into firing position. "Energy buildup detected," Reed called out. "They're charging weapons." Wilson remained calm. "Hold position. Activate dynamic shielding, but do not return fire." Bright green beams shot from the alien ships, passing within meters of the Defiance's hull. The shots were clearly meant to miss, a display of power rather than an actual attack. What happened next was not what either side expected. The Defiance's Advanced Defense AI detected the energy signatures of the weapons and automatically deployed countermeasures. A pulse of invisible energy rippled outward from the human ship, washing over the 2 Vorn vessels that had fired. Their lights flickered and died. Their engines shut down. The ships began to drift helplessly. "What did we just do?" Wilson asked, surprised. Chief Engineer Jen Torres spoke up from her station. "The adaptive defense system, sir. It analyzed their weapon signature and sent out an electromagnetic pulse specifically calibrated to their systems. It's designed to disable rather than destroy." On the Vorn command ship, panic erupted. "We've lost contact with the Talon and the Striker *, a communications officer shouted. "All systems are down." Trell stared at the view screen in disbelief. The human ship had not fired a single visible weapon, yet 2 of his vessels were now floating dead in space. "Impossible," he whispered. Then louder, "All ships, maintain distance. Do not fire." Mack approached carefully. "Admiral, if they can disable our ships without firing conventional weapons, perhaps we should reconsider our approach." Trell's pride burned, but he was not foolish. "Call for reinforcements from the home fleet. We will hold position until they arrive." Back on the Defiance *, Wilson saw his opportunity. "They're backing off," Reed reported, "maintaining a defensive formation, but not advancing." Wilson nodded. "Good. Lieutenant Grant, keep trying to decode those transmissions from the moon. I want to know for certain if our people are there." "Already working on it, sir," Grant replied, her fingers flying over her console. "I'm detecting regular communication between the alien fleet and the moon base. And there's something else. Some of these signals are being relayed to a location outside the system." Wilson frowned. "Someone else is watching this encounter." "It appears so, sir," Grant confirmed. "The signal pattern suggests a more advanced encryption than what the Vorn are using for their ship-to-ship communications." First Officer Lee leaned closer to Wilson. "Sir, if there's another player involved, this situation is more complicated than we thought." Wilson stared at the alien ships on the screen. They had reacted with surprise to the Defiance's defensive capabilities. That could be useful. "Let's find out what we're really dealing with," he said finally. Helm, plot a course for that moon. Keep our distance from the Vorn ships, but make it clear we're not leaving. The Defiance moved forward, its course now clearly directed toward the moon where the signals originated. The Vorn vessels adjusted their positions, maintaining their distance but not interfering. It was a dangerous game of patience now. And somewhere on that moon, Wilson was almost certain human prisoners were waiting for rescue. 6 hours passed with the Defiance holding position, halfway between the Vorn fleet and the moon. The tension on the bridge had settled into a focused alertness. Every officer remained at their station, monitoring the alien vessels that continued to keep their distance. "Captain, we're picking up new energy signatures," Reed announced suddenly. "Multiple ships dropping out of faster-than-light travel. 15, no, 18 new contacts." Wilson leaned forward. "Show me." The main screen displayed the newcomers, ships similar to the first group but larger, with more prominent weapon mounts visible along their hulls. "Reinforcements," Lee said grimly. "We're now facing 23-1. Grant listened intently to her communications equipment. "They're talking to each other, sir. A lot of back and forth between the new arrivals and the original group." "Can you break their encryption?" Wilson asked. "Working on it," Grant replied. "The AI is learning their language patterns. We should have partial translation soon." Down in engineering, Torres was studying the scanned data on the alien ships. "Their power signatures are odd," she told her team. "Look at these fluctuations. It's like they're running their engines beyond safe limits." Her assistant, Paul Rand, nodded. "Like they're pushing outdated technology too hard. No wonder our countermeasures knocked those 2 ships out so easily." Torres tapped her screen. "If we can identify the frequency their shields operate on, we might be able to pass right through them." On the moon's surface, in a makeshift prison camp built inside an old mining facility, 57 humans from the captured merchant ships worked under guard. They moved heavy equipment and processed ore under the watchful eyes of foreign soldiers. Captain David Moore of the Northern Star wiped sweat from his brow as he lifted another container of processed minerals. His once clean uniform was now filthy and torn after weeks of captivity. "Something's happening," whispered Sam Cooper, his first mate. "The guards are nervous, more of them than usual, and they keep checking their communicators." Moore had noticed it too. "Stay alert. Could be good or bad for us." A Vorn guard approached, prodding Moore with the electric end of his staff. "You, human leader, come." Moore exchanged glances with Cooper before following the guard to a small room where 3 senior Vorn waited. One of them activated a translation device. "A human warship has entered our territory," the Vorn said. "What do you know of this?" Moore kept his face neutral despite the surge of hope he felt. "Nothing. I'm a merchant captain, not military." The Vorn showed him an image of the Defiance. "This vessel. Identify." Moore recognized the ship from news reports before his capture. It was Earth's newest defense vessel, but he wasn't about to give the Vorn any information. "I've never seen it before," he lied. Back on the Defiance, Grant had a breakthrough. "Captain, I've decrypted part of their communications. They're definitely holding our people on that moon. And they're interrogating Captain Moore from the Northern Star about us right now." Wilson's expression hardened. "So we have confirmation. Our people are there." "There's more, sir," Grant continued. "I'm picking up those strange transmissions again, the ones with the advanced encryption. They're not coming from the Vorn. They're being sent to the Vorn from a location at the edge of the system." Chief Security Officer Andy Black, who had been quiet until now, spoke up. "Captain, I have a suggestion. While they're focused on our ship, we could send a small team in the stealth shuttle. It has enough shielding to avoid their sensors." Wilson considered this. "A rescue mission while we keep them distracted." "Exactly," Black nodded. "My security team is trained for this. And if Lieutenant Grant can provide the exact location of our people." Wilson looked around at his crew. The odds against them had just increased dramatically, but now they had confirmation of their people being held captive. Make it happen, he decided. Lieutenant Grant, keep working on those encrypted transmissions. I want to know who else is involved here. Commander Lee, prepare to engage the Vorn fleet in a way that draws attention away from the moon, but doesn't start a shooting war. As orders were relayed throughout the ship, Wilson watched the growing alien fleet on the main screen. They think numbers give them the advantage, he said quietly. Let's show them what one human ship can do. The stealth shuttle Shadow detached from the Defiance under the cover of a brief sensor disruption. Chief Security Officer Black and 5 of his team were aboard, along with Dr. Emma Ward, who had volunteered to assess any injured prisoners. Remember, we're invisible but not invincible, Black told his team as they moved away from the mothership. One direct hit and our stealth field fails. The shuttle's engines barely whispered as they pushed towards the moon, staying on a course that kept the larger body between them and the Vorn fleet. Meanwhile, the Defiance began a series of seemingly random maneuvers, moving just enough to keep the Vorn fleet's attention, but not enough to appear threatening. They're adjusting their formation, Reed reported from his sensor station. Every time we move, they reposition to maintain optimal firing solutions. Torres had linked her engineering console to the bridge. Captain, I've analyzed their shield frequencies. There are gaps in their coverage, microseconds when parts of their shields cycle down to prevent overheating. Wilson raised an eyebrow. Can we exploit that? Yes, sir, Torres replied confidently. If we time our movements right, we could slip through their formation with minimal risk. Wilson turned to Lee. Set course to pass through their formation. Make it look like we're trying to leave the system, not head for the moon. That's a bold move, sir, Lee said. They expect us to be cautious, Wilson replied. Let's show them we're not. On the Vorn command ship, Admiral Trell watched the human vessel's movements with growing frustration. What are they doing? He demanded. First they advance, then they hold position. Now they seem to be leaving. Is this some kind of game? Officer Mack studied his tactical display. They appear to be testing our responses, Admiral. Each move they make reveals how we react. They're gathering intelligence, Trell realized. Prepare for an attack. They will not pass through our formation. As the Defiance accelerated toward the Vorn fleet, the 23 alien ships began to move into a blocking pattern, their weapons charging. They're taking the bait, Wilson said with satisfaction. All hands, prepare for high-G maneuvers. Torres, activate the adaptive shielding. The Defiance surged forward, heading directly toward the center of the Vorn formation. The alien vessels adjusted, tightening their formation to block any path through. 3 minutes to contact, Lee announced. They're charging weapons. Wilson waited until the last possible moment. Now, execute pattern Omega-3. The Defiance suddenly changed direction, its engines flaring brightly as it dove underneath the Vorn formation. At the same time, it released a cloud of sensor-jamming particles that created multiple false images of the ship. The Vorn fleet erupted in confusion. Some ships fired at the decoys, while others tried to adjust their position to intercept the real Defiance. Their formation is breaking down, Reed reported with excitement. Ships are moving in contradictory directions. The Defiance shot through a gap in the Vorn formation, its trajectory now taking it away from both the fleet and the moon. Several Vorn ships fired, but their shots went wide or were absorbed by the adaptive shields. We're clear, Lee announced. Minimal damage to aft shields. Wilson allowed himself a small smile. Good. Now bring us around in a wide arc. Make it look like we're regrouping for another pass. That should keep their attention on us. Meanwhile, on the far side of the moon, the stealth shuttle Shadow had landed in a narrow canyon near the mining facility. Black's team moved out quickly, using portable scanners to locate the human life signs. I'm picking up 50-plus human readings in the main complex, reported Security Officer Linda Patel. And some non-human readings, too. Black checked his tactical display. The prison section seems to be here, in the North Wing. 2 guard posts, maybe 15 Vorn total. Dr. Ward adjusted her medical kit. Any signs of injuries? Some elevated heart rates and stress markers, Paddle replied. But everyone's alive. Black signaled his team to move forward. The Defiance is keeping the fleet busy, but we don't know how long that will last. We go in fast, we get our people, and we get out. Use stun settings only. We're not here to start a war. The rescue team advanced toward the facility, using the rocky terrain for cover. Above them, invisible to the Vorn sensors, the Defiance continued its dance with the alien fleet, drawing them further away from the moon with each passing minute. Black's team approached the first guard post outside the mining facility. 2 Vorn soldiers stood watch, their scaled forms illuminated by the pale lights around the entrance. On my mark, Black whispered into his comm. He raised 3 fingers, then 2, then 1. Both team members fired simultaneously. Silent pulses of energy struck the guards, who collapsed without a sound. The team moved quickly, dragging the unconscious aliens into the shadows. Security systems are primitive, Paddle said as she worked on the door controls. Basic motion sensors and cameras. Nothing our jammers can't handle. The door slid open, revealing a dimly lit corridor. The team moved inside, their weapons ready. Inside the Defiance Grant was still working on the mysterious encrypted signals. Captain, I've broken through part of the encryption, she reported. These transmissions are coming from ships belonging to something called the Astral Dominion. According to what I can piece together, they're a senior member of the Galactic Council. Wilson frowned. Why would a council member be secretly communicating with the Vorn during this standoff? Grant continued reading the partial decryption. It seems they've been directing the Vorn, encouraging them to capture ships that enter this sector. There's something about testing responses and gathering technology samples. Lee looked troubled. They're using the Vorn as proxies to test other species. And to steal technology, Wilson added grimly, keeping their own hands clean while the Vorn do the dirty work. In the prison section of the mining facility, Black's team had reached the main holding area. They neutralized 3 more guards along the way, moving with practiced efficiency. Doors locked, reported Security Officer Jim Harris, examining the heavy metal barrier, too thick to cut through quickly. Black studied the control panel, different design than the others. Dr. Ward, what do you make of this? Ward examined the alien technology. The symbols are different. This isn't foreign writing. She pointed to distinctive markings. These look like the script we've seen in council communications. Black reached a decision. We'll have to blast it. Everyone back. They set a shaped charge designed to blow the lock mechanism without harming anyone inside. The explosion was muffled but effective. The door slid partway open, enough for them to force it the rest of the way. Inside, they found not only the human prisoners, but also a dozen other aliens of various species. All looked up in surprise and hope as the human rescue team entered. Captain Moore stepped forward. Earth Defense Force. Yes, sir, Black confirmed. We're here to get you all out. Moore gestured to the other aliens. These people were captured too. Some have been here for months. Dr. Ward was already checking the thin, blue-skinned alien who was clearly ill. Multiple species, multiple medical needs, she reported, but I can stabilize them for transport. Black nodded. Everyone comes with us. As they began organizing the prisoners for evacuation, Paddle made a discovery in a side room. Sir, you need to see this. Black followed her and found what appeared to be a research lab. Inside were parts of dismantled ship components, communication devices, and weapons, all from different species. They'd been studying technology from every ship they captured, Paddle said. On one wall hung a large display with information flowing across it. The language wasn't foreign, but the same script they'd seen on the door. "Record everything," Black ordered. "The captain needs to see this." Outside the facility, Harris reported movement. "Sir, we got a problem. Vorn reinforcements arriving at the main entrance. At least 20 troops." Black activated his comm. "Wilson, this is Black. We found our people plus other captives. Also found evidence this whole operation is being run by someone called the Astral Dominion. We need extraction now, but we got company arriving." Wilson's voice came through clearly. "Understood. We'll create a distraction. Get to your shuttle." On the bridge of the Defiance *, Wilson turned to his tactical officer. "Target the facility's power generators. Minimal yield, just enough to knock out their systems without risking our people." "Aye, sir," the tactical officer replied. The Defiance * broke from its pattern with the Vorn fleet, suddenly accelerating at full speed toward the moon. Admiral Trell watched in alarm. "They're making their move. All ships, intercept course." But the human ship was faster than anything the Vorn had. It reached firing position before they could respond. A single beam lanced down from the Defiance *, striking precisely at the facility's power center. Lights across the complex flickered and died as emergency systems failed. In the darkness, Black led the prisoners toward freedom. In the darkness of the disable facility, Black's team moved quickly. The freed prisoners followed in a ragged line, the healthier ones helping those who struggled to walk. "Stay close," Black ordered. "The power won't remain down for long." They navigated through corridors lit only by the rescue team's tactical lights. Behind them, they could hear Vorn soldiers shouting in confusion. Dr. Ward carried a small alien child, its 4 eyes wide with fear. "Most of these people have been here for months," she told Black. "The Vorn were experimenting on their technology and studying their biology." Captain Moore walked alongside Black. "There's something else you should know. The Vorn aren't in charge here. There were other aliens, tall, thin ones with silver skin. They only came occasionally, but the Vorn deferred to them completely." "The Astral Dominion," Black said. "We're starting to piece it together." Above them, the Defiance * was engaged in a dangerous game of evasion. The Vorn fleet had finally organized a coordinated attack pattern, firing volleys of energy weapons that the human ship barely avoided. "Shields at 60%, Torres reported. "We can't keep this up forever, Captain." Wilson nodded grimly. "Any word from the shuttle?" "They're moving toward the extraction point now," Grant replied. 5 minutes to launch. We need to buy them more time." Wilson studied the tactical display. "Target the lead Vorn vessel's propulsion system. Minimal power, just enough to disable, not destroy." The Defiance * fired a precisely calculated burst. The beam hit the Vorn flagship's engines, causing them to flicker and fail. The massive ship began to drift, forcing others to maneuver around it. On the Vorn command vessel, Admiral Trull clung to his station as power fluctuated. "Status report," he demanded. Officer Mack looked up from his console. "Main engines offline. Secondary systems failing." They knew exactly where to hit us. "How?" Trull demanded. "No one has that kind of precision." "Admiral," another officer interrupted. "I'm detecting new ships entering the system. 3 vessels. No 5. They don't match any Vorn design." Trull looked at the sensor display. The newcomers were sleek vessels with distinctive silver hulls that seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it. "The Dominion," he whispered. "They've come to observe our victory." But Mack looked troubled. "Admiral, given the human ship's capabilities, are we certain victory is assured? Perhaps we should inform the Dominion of what we've witnessed." At the moon base, Black's team and the freed prisoners had reached the canyon where the shuttle waited. They loaded everyone aboard, packing the small craft beyond its designed capacity. "Ward to Defiance *, the doctor called, over the comm. "We have 37 humans and 15 non-humans aboard. Several require immediate medical attention. Wilson's voice came back instantly. Understood. Launch when ready. We'll cover you. As the shuttle's engines powered up, sensors detected movement from the facility. Vorn troops approaching, Harris warned. 40 seconds out. Black made a decision. Launch now. I'll hold them off and catch the next ride. Before anyone could object, he exited the shuttle and took position behind a rock formation. The shuttle lifted off, its stealth systems engaging as it rose toward the stars. Black fired precisely aimed shots at the approaching Vorn, forcing them to take cover. He wasn't trying to kill, only delay. In orbit, the Defiance detected 3 new energy signatures approaching from the far side of the system. "Captain," Reed called out. 3 ships approaching at high speed. Configuration matches nothing in our database, but their power readings are off the charts. Grant's console lit up with new information. "Sir, I've broken the last of the encryption. Those are Dominion vessels. And according to these communications, they're not happy with the Vorn's performance against us." Wilson's eyes narrowed. "They're coming to clean up the mess themselves." The shuttle appeared on the Defiance's sensors, still in stealth mode but visible to the ship's advanced systems. "Shuttle is away from the surface," Reed confirmed. "But I'm still reading one human life sign at the launch site. It's Black. He stayed behind." Wilson's jaw tightened. "Prepare a combat rescue team. We're not leaving him." On the view screen, the approaching Dominion ships grew larger, sleek, silver vessels that moved with impossible grace through space. "Incoming transmission," Grant announced. "It's from the lead Dominion ship." Wilson stood tall on the bridge as the transmission came through. The screen flickered, then revealed a tall, silver-skinned being with elongated features and eyes that shimmered with an inner light. "Human vessel," the alien spoke, its voice oddly musical yet cold. "I am High Commander Vex of the Astral Dominion. Your interference in this sector is unacceptable. Power down your systems and prepare to be boarded." Wilson's expression remained neutral. "This is Captain Jack Wilson of the Earth Defense Force vessel Defiance *. We came to rescue our people who were illegally captured. We have evidence that your Dominion orchestrated these captures." The alien's eyes narrowed. Bold accusations from a species barely able to leave its own system. The Vorn act of their own accord. "If they captured your primitive vessels, that is not our concern. We have proof," Wilson replied, nodding to Grant, "including communications between your ships and the Vorn, as well as Dominion technology found at the prison facility. Technology used to study and reverse engineer the ships you've captured." The Dominion commander's face showed the briefest flicker of surprise before returning to its mask of superiority. "Transmitting now to all ships in the system," Grant announced, her fingers dancing across her console. Wilson continued without missing a beat. "We're broadcasting this evidence to every vessel in range, including the Vorn fleet, and, I believe, some newly arrived observers from the Galactic Council." Indeed, 2 more ships had just dropped out of faster-than-light travel at the edge of the system. Vessels bearing the distinctive markings of the Council's judicial branch. The Dominion commander's face hardened. "You make dangerous claims, human. The Dominion has stood as a pillar of the Council for centuries. Who would believe your fabrications?" "The evidence speaks for itself," Wilson replied calmly. "But there's a more immediate concern. One of my officers is still on the moon's surface, surrounded by Vorn troops who, I suspect, are about to receive orders to eliminate all witnesses." On the moon, Black was pinned down behind a rock formation. Vorn soldiers had surrounded his position and were closing in. His weapon was running low on power, and he had no path of escape. Suddenly, his communication device activated. "Black, this is Wilson. Hold position. Help is coming, but from an unexpected direction." Before Black could respond, his tactical display lit up with new signals. The Vorn soldiers advancing on his position stopped as their own communications came alive with urgent messages. In orbit, Wilson watched as confusion spread through the Vorn fleet. The transmission he had sent had reached every ship, including Admiral Trell's damaged flagship. "Captain," Grant reported, "the Vorn flagship is requesting direct communication with us." "Put it through," Wilson ordered. Split screen with the Dominion. Admiral Trell's scaled face appeared alongside the Dominion commanders. The Vorn looked both angry and confused. "Human captain," Trell began, "these accusations, are they verified?" "We have the original encrypted communications," Wilson replied. "Your people were being used, Admiral. The Dominion has been setting you up to take the blame for their technology theft operation." The Dominion commander hissed, "This is absurd. Admiral, remember your place and your orders." But Trell's eyes had narrowed. "My place. For years, we have done your bidding. Captured ships for you. Risked war with other species. All because you promised us Council membership and technological advancement. Yet we remain outside the Council, with scraps of technology as payment." On the moon, Black watched in astonishment as the Vorn soldiers began to withdraw. His comm unit crackled again, this time with Admiral Trell's voice. "Human soldier, you are granted safe passage. A shuttle will arrive for you shortly." Black could hardly believe what he was hearing. "Wilson, what's happening up there?" Wilson's voice came back with a hint of satisfaction. "Diplomacy, Black. The truth is a powerful weapon." In orbit, the situation had transformed. The Vorn ships were now positioning themselves between the Defiance and the Dominion vessels. The Council observer ships moved closer, their sensors clearly recording everything. "Captain," Lee said quietly, "the Dominion ships are powering weapons." Wilson nodded. "As expected. They can't allow this evidence to reach the Council." He opened a channel to all ships. "This is Captain Wilson. The Dominion is about to attack both human and Vorn vessels to cover up their scheme. I propose a temporary alliance for mutual defense." Admiral Trell didn't hesitate. "Vorn fleet, defensive formation around the human vessel. They have shown honor today. We will do the same." As the Dominion ships launched their attack, they found themselves facing not one isolated human ship, but a combined human-Vorn defense that fought with unexpected coordination and effectiveness. And from the edge of the system, the Council observers watched, recording everything for a hearing that would change the balance of power in the galaxy forever.